The truth always comes out, and tonight, the hip-hop world is spinning out of control. Jasmine has just dropped the bombshell that nobody thought she would dare to unleash. A DNA test that allegedly proves Kirk Frost is the father of her child. Yes, the man who's been dodging accusations, denying rumors, and swearing loyalty to Rashida has finally been cornered. And this time, there's no escaping the receipts. The DNA results are said to be ironclad, unshakable, and powerful enough to blow apart everything Kirk has been trying to hide, according to insiders. Jasmine didn't just reveal the test privately, she went public, letting the world see what Rashida has been running from and what Kirk has been desperately trying to bury. Fans say Kirk's face during the confrontation was one of pure panic, as if his carefully built world had come crashing down in a single moment. But here's where it gets even more explosive. Sources claim Rashida herself was blindsided. The cameras were rolling, social media was buzzing, and suddenly everyone was asking the same question. What does this mean for Kirk and Rashida's marriage? The stage is set for the ultimate betrayal, a family torn apart, and a revelation so powerful it could change the entire future of love and hip-hop. From the very beginning, the story of Kirk Frost and Rashida has been one of love, loyalty, and chaos under the spotlight. Fans of love and hip-hop, Atlanta, know this couple all too well. For over a decade, their relationship has been tested in the most public, humiliating, and scandalous ways imaginable. And every time it seemed like they had weathered the storm, another wave of betrayal would crash into their marriage. But nothing compares to what's unfolding right now. Let's rewind for a moment. Years ago, when Jasmine Washington first stepped onto the scene, she wasn't just a new face in Atlanta's entertainment world. She was the woman who would go on to ignite one of the show's most controversial scandals. With whispers of secret meetings, quiet hotel stays, and explosive rumors, her name quickly became tied to Kirk's in ways Rashida never wanted to believe. And though Kirk denied, deflected, and dismissed, Jasmine refused to disappear into the background. By 2017, the whispers became screams. Jasmine claimed Kirk was the father of her son, Cannon, but Kirk did what he had always done: deny, deny, deny. Rashida, broken but determined, put on a brave face. She tried to stand by her husband, telling herself and the world that maybe, just maybe, it wasn't true. Cameras caught her heartbreak, fans debated her every move, and social media turned her marriage into a circus. For years, this became the Frost family's shadow. Every time Kirk stepped out, people whispered Jasmine's name. Every time Rashida posted about loyalty, fans dragged her with comments like, "Sis, the DNA don't lie." Still, no definitive proof ever surfaced that the child was Kirk's, and that gave Kirk just enough space to continue his denials, to gaslight, to claim it was all rumors designed to ruin him. Until now, Jasmine has just taken the gloves off. No more hints, no more insinuations. This time she has dropped what she claims is a legally certified DNA test. And according to her, the results show a 99.9% match between Kirk and her son. The emotional impact of this bombshell cannot be overstated. Insiders say when Jasmine revealed the paperwork, there was no dramatic monologue, just a cold, calculated presentation of the facts. She allegedly stood there, calm but fierce, letting the weight of the results speak for themselves. And in that silence, Kirk's world reportedly shattered. Witnesses claim Kirk's expression went from confident denial to absolute dread in a matter of seconds. For years, he had carried the image of a man wrongly accused, but with those papers, that mask was ripped away. Rashida, sources say, was completely blindsided. She had heard the rumors before, but this time there was no denying what she saw with her own eyes. The timing makes this revelation even more dramatic. Rashida and Kirk had recently been trying to showcase their happy marriage once again on social media, posting pictures, celebrating anniversaries, talking about trust. Fans had even started to believe, maybe, just maybe, they had put the Jasmine situation behind them. Mom, with this DNA test allegedly out in the open, everything feels like a carefully built illusion on the verge of crumbling. And Jasmine didn't stop at just dropping the results. She's been hinting that more receipts are on the way. Messages, voice recordings, even alleged conversations with people in Kirk's circle who knew the truth and helped him keep it buried. She's painting a picture of a man who not only cheated, but who actively tried to hide a child from the world, all while maintaining a public image as a family man. For Rashida, this is more than betrayal. This is humiliation on a level that cuts deeper than anything she has endured before. Imagine thinking you had worked through the worst, only for the very thing you feared most to be confirmed years later on camera, in front of millions, with your husband unable to deny it. The Frost household isn't just in turmoil, it's on fire. Friends close to the couple claim Rashida stormed out after the reveal, refusing to even look at Kirk. Meanwhile, Kirk reportedly tried to stammer excuses, claiming the results were fake or tampered with, but no one was buying it. The man who had always controlled the narrative suddenly looked powerless, exposed, and broken. And that's just the beginning. Because if the DNA test is real and if Kirk really is the father, then this isn't just about betrayal. It's about financial responsibility, legal battles, and the end of one of Love and Hip Hop's longest-standing marriages. Jasmine isn't just dropping bombs for drama, she's allegedly preparing to demand everything she and her child are owed, which leads to the biggest question of all. Is this the end of Kirk and Rashida for good? The moment Jasmine revealed that DNA test, the air in the room reportedly shifted from tense to unbearable. It wasn't just a scandal, it was a detonation, and the shockwaves were felt instantly. What had once been whispers in back rooms and shade-filled tweets was now written in cold black and white paperwork. Kirk couldn't spin this. He couldn't laugh it off. He couldn't gaslight his way out. The truth was staring back at him, and the cameras were rolling. According to insiders, Jasmine didn't just drop the results on Kirk privately. She waited until she had the perfect stage. Word is, this reveal happened while filming a heated group scene where multiple Love and Hip Hop cast members were present. The drama wasn't just between Jasmine, Kirk, and Rashida. Anymore, it became public humiliation. Imagine sitting at a table, everyone watching, and suddenly the one woman you swore you'd silenced pulls out an envelope and calmly lays it down. "This is the DNA test," she reportedly said, "and you are the father." The silence that followed was described as deafening. Scrappy looked stunned. Young Jock apparently spat out his drink. Even Carly, Red Queen of the messy reveal, was caught off guard. The producers knew they had struck gold. This wasn't just reality TV, this was history, and then came the explosion. Kirk allegedly stood up, face red, voice shaking, demanding to see the paper. Jasmine let him look, but she didn't snatch it back or argue. She just sat there with a half smirk, knowing she had one. The DNA test, witnesses say, showed a 99.99% match. There was no denying it. That's when Rashida broke. For years, she had been the strong one. Fans often mocked her for standing by her man despite every betrayal. But this was different. Reports claim Rashida's face crumpled the second she saw the words. She allegedly started shouting at Kirk, demanding, "How could you lie to me for this long?" It wasn't just rage, it was devastation. She reportedly screamed that she felt played, embarrassed, and used, all while Kirk scrambled to explain himself. Here's where the twist makes everything worse. According to an alleged insider leak, Kirk wasn't just denying Jasmine's child, he was secretly paying people close to Jasmine to keep quiet. Supposedly, money had been exchanged, hush agreements made, and even threats issued to keep Jasmine from going public. If true, this doesn't just expose Kirk as a cheater, it exposes him as a manipulator who went to extreme lengths to bury the truth. But Jasmine, she came prepared. Not only did she have the DNA test, she reportedly pulled out screenshots of alleged Cash App payments that lined up with the timeline of her silence. Some even claimed she had a voice note of Kirk begging her to keep the child a secret so Rashida wouldn't find out. If this is real, then Kirk's betrayal goes deeper than anyone imagined. The room by this point was chaos. Rashida allegedly stormed out, cameras chasing her down the hallway as she cried uncontrollably. Kirk tried to chase after her, but Jock and Scrappy apparently held him back, telling him to face it like a man. Jasmine, still seated, reportedly whispered, "I told you one day the truth was going to come out." Meanwhile, social media exploded. Within hours of the scene leaking, hashtags like #KirkDNA, #Jasmine was right, and #RASHEEDA deserves better started trending. Fans dug up old clips of Rashida defending Kirk, overlaying them with clown emojis and captions like, "She rode for him and he drove her into the ground." Memes flooded Twitter, painting Kirk as Maury Povich's next guest with captions like, "Kirk, in the case of baby Cannon, you are the father." But here's the darker layer. Sources close to Rashida say this isn't the only betrayal she fears. Kirk kept one child hidden. Could there be more? That single question started circulating instantly, and insiders say Rashida herself has started asking the same thing. Is Jasmine just the one bold enough to expose him? And then came the second twist, one that blindsided even Jasmine. Lil, Scrappy, in the middle of the chaos, reportedly dropped a bomb of his own. Jasmine ain't the only one he'd been messing with. The entire cast froze. Gasps filled the room. Was Scrappy suggesting Kirk had another secret? Another child? Another betrayal? Jasmine, though victorious, allegedly looked caught off guard by this. It was as if even she didn't know the full extent of Kirk's double life. Some witnesses claim her smirk disappeared instantly, replaced by a look of unease. If Kirk had been hiding more than she knew, then her DNA test wasn't the final word. It was just the beginning of something much bigger. Backstage, Rashida allegedly told producers she felt like her entire marriage had been a lie built on top of lie. Sources claim she was shaking, unable to believe that after years of fighting through Kirk's scandals, the one thing she begged him for honesty was something he could never give her. And yet, Kirk still tried to defend himself. In an alleged private moment caught on hot mic, he said, "It's not what it looks like. They're twisting everything." But at that point, who was going to believe him? The DNA test, the alleged payments, Jasmine's confidence, it all painted a picture too damning to deny. Fans watching the fallout live online began asking the one question Rashida herself refused to answer. Would she finally leave him? For years, people dragged her for staying, for forgiving, for rebuilding. But now, faced with undeniable proof, what excuse would she have left? And just when everyone thought the night couldn't get any messier, insiders claim producers teased that more receipts were about to surface, receipts that could prove Scrappy's shocking claim true. Was there another woman? Was there another baby? And if so, how long has Kirk been living this double life? The first bomb had already destroyed Rashida's trust, but the second? The second might burn the entire Frost Empire to the ground. If you thought the DNA test was the climax, you were wrong. That was only the first bomb. What came next took the scandal from betrayal to absolute chaos. After Rashida stormed out in tears, production scrambled to follow her, but the energy in the room where Jasmine had just revealed the test got even darker. Kirk tried to defend himself, but every word out of his mouth sounded weak. "It's not real," he reportedly stammered. Anybody can fake paperwork, but Jasmine wasn't done. She allegedly pulled out her phone, smirking, and dropped another bomb, a video recording of Kirk himself. Insiders say the clip was short, grainy, but damning. Kirk could allegedly be heard saying, "I don't care what anyone says, that's my baby. But Rashida can't find out. Not now, not ever." The room went silent again. Suddenly, it wasn't just a piece of paper, it was Kirk's own voice. That's when Scrappy, sitting back with his arms folded, reportedly muttered, "Told y'all, you've been lying to everybody." Twitter instantly lit up as leaks from the set spread online. A trending thread claimed to have insider audio, with fans reposting the alleged recording thousands of times in under an hour. Memes poured in, side-by-side pictures of Kirk denying everything on TV with captions like, "Meanwhile, in the group chat," but the real shock came later that night. According to alleged producer leaks, Jasmine hinted she wasn't the only one Kirk had betrayed Rashida with. She teased she had spoken to another woman who might also be holding Kirk's secret. Fans lost their minds. Could Kirk really have fathered not just one, but two children outside of his marriage? By the next morning, gossip blogs were in overdrive. The Shade Room posted, "Is Jasmine about to expose more receipts?" While Hollywood Unlocked teased a second woman might step forward. The Frost family saga continues. Fans debated endlessly. Was Jasmine bluffing? Or was this about to get way uglier? And then came the shocking reveal. Out of nowhere, Lil Scrappy allegedly jumped on Instagram Live, dropping his own version of events. He claimed he knew Kirk had at least 2 side babies and that the streets of Atlanta had been whispering about it for years. Scrappy didn't name names, but he dropped just enough hints for fans to start digging, and all roads pointed back to someone connected to the love and hip-hop circle. Now the spotlight shifted. Was Jasmine really just the beginning? Was another woman preparing to come forward with her own DNA receipts? Fans began speculating wildly. Comment sections were filled with comments like, "If Rashida stays after this, she deserves better." Others mocked Kirk, saying, "Bro thought he was playing chess, but he's getting checkmated by receipts." Meanwhile, Rashida was silent. And that silence spoke volumes. Usually quick to post cryptic captions or at least show strength, she completely vanished from Instagram. No stories, no selfies, no promotional posts for her store. Nothing. And fans immediately connected the dots. If she wasn't speaking, shoe was breaking. Insiders claimed Rashida told producers she felt betrayed on the deepest level and admitted she didn't know if her marriage could survive this. For years, people had begged her to walk away, but she always fought to prove them wrong. Now she allegedly told a close friend, "I don't even know who this man is anymore." The escalation didn't stop there. According to another alleged leak, Kirk tried to turn the tables on Jasmine by claiming she was doing all of this for clout and money. He reportedly accused her of timing the reveal for maximum drama and exposure. But that backfired instantly because the fallout from Jasmine's DNA bombshell wasn't just confined to the Frost household. It exploded across the entire hip-hop world. What started as whispers of Kirk's alleged betrayal turned into a cultural earthquake, and everyone from fans to celebrities had something to say. Within hours of the reveal, Twitter was on fire. Hashtags like #KirkDNA, #Team RASHEED, and #FrostExposed shot to the top of trending lists. Memes poured in faster than anyone could keep up with. One viral post showed Rashida's face during a past reunion special where she swore Kirk would never betray her again, overlaid with the caption, "Sis, he betrayed you again." Another showed Kirk holding a Maury-style envelope with the infamous phrase, "You are the father." But it wasn't just fans laughing. It was celebrities too. Carly Red, never one to miss an opportunity for shade, jumped on Instagram Live sipping wine, cryptically saying, "The DNA don't lie, baby. People do." Fans flooded her comments, accusing her of knowing more than she was letting on. Meanwhile, young Jock tried to play neutral but couldn't resist adding fuel, posting a meme that said, "Don't shoot the messenger, shoot the cheater." Even outsiders to the love and hip-hop universe began chiming in. Funk Flex tweeted, "Kirk Frost been lying since forever. Why y'all acting surprised?" While Cardi B, who famously left the LHH franchise early in her career, threw shade in a since-deleted tweet. "This why I never trusted them perfect couple narratives." Screenshots of her comments spread like wildfire. The fan base split into camps almost instantly. Team Jasmine argued she had every right to expose Kirk, that she had been silenced and mocked for too long, and now she finally had the receipts. Team Rashida sympathized with the wife, saying she was the real victim, humiliated in front of the world for a man who never deserved her. And then, of course, there were the die-hard Kirk defenders, few but loud, insisting the DNA test could have been doctored, that Jasmine was clout chasing, and that everyone was too quick to cancel him. Instagram comment sections turned into digital war zones. On Rashida's last post, an innocent picture promoting her clothing line, the comments were flooded with fans typing, "Leave him, queen, the DNA doesn't lie," and "Protect your peace." Meanwhile, on Kirk's page, the backlash was brutal. Thousands of clown emojis. Comments like, "You embarrassed your wife on national TV again?" and "Man of the Year" turned to Meme of the Year. And then came the industry whispers. Multiple producers from the Love and Hip Hop franchise allegedly leaked that this storyline could redefine the show. Executives were reportedly ecstatic. Behind the scenes, what Jasmine had unleashed wasn't just drama, it was ratings gold. Insiders even claimed Mona Scott Young herself called it the most explosive plotline in franchise history. But for Rashida, this wasn't just was her life. Word began to circulate that she skipped several scheduled appearances after the reveal, unable to face the cameras. Some even alleged she told close friends she might walk away from the show entirely if producers tried to milk the betrayal too far. The public pressure mounted when talk shows picked up the story. Wendy Williams' replacement show teased the saga in their Hot Topics segment, saying, "When you deny for years and the DNA comes back 99.99%, there's no spinning that, honey." TMZ ran headlines about Kirk Frost's paternity scandal, while The Breakfast Club hinted at discussing it during their rumor report. And the reactions didn't stop there, because Jasmine wasn't done talking. She allegedly posted a cryptic IG story showing the DNA test again with the caption, "He can't hide now." Fans instantly reposted it, sparking fresh waves of debate. Some cheered her bravery, others dragged her for humiliating Rashida. But one thing was clear: nobody could stop talking about it. Lil Scrappy, ever the instigator, went live again and doubled down. "I told y'all Kirk had more secrets. Y'all ain't ready for what's next?" His statement only made things worse, because now fans began expecting another bombshell. Who was the other woman? Was there really another child? And if so, why hadn't she come forward yet? By now, the scandal had grown so big that even people outside the hip-hop world were chiming in. A viral TikTok with over 3 million views showed a reenactment of the reveal, complete with dramatic music and someone playing Rashida fainting when she saw the papers. TikTok teens who had never even watched Love and Hip Hop were suddenly invested, flooding comment sections with, "Where can I watch this show?" The backlash also reached Kirk's business ventures. Fans began spamming the Frost Bistro's Yelp page with clown memes and one-star reviews, writing comments like, "Food tastes like betrayal." Others flooded Rashida's store with messages of support, telling her they'd keep buying to help her break away from Kirk. And then, just when the dust seemed to be settling, another layer was added. A gossip blogger claimed to have exclusive texts from a woman connected to Kirk, someone who wasn't Jasmine. The texts allegedly hinted at a relationship overlapping with Jasmine's timeline, suggesting Scrappy's bombshell might have been right after all. The reactions to this rumor? Pure madness. Fans began theorizing the second woman could be someone already known in the Atlanta scene. Some even started speculating it might be tied to another Love and Hip Hop cast member. Possibilities sent social media into a frenzy. 1. Fans summed it up best in a viral tweet. Kirk Frost went from denying one child to possibly having 2 or more. Meanwhile, Rashida looking like she wasted decades on a man who never deserved her. The industry had officially chosen sides. Jasmine was being hailed as bold, Rashida as the tragic queen, and Kirk had become the villain of the year. But the reactions were just the beginning, because what came next threatened to flip the entire narrative on its head, just when the world thought Jasmine's DNA test was the knockout punch. The scandal took a turn nobody could have predicted, because the real shocker wasn't just the DNA test, it was what came after late one night. As social media was still buzzing with memes, a new account appeared on Instagram. The account had no profile picture, no posts, just one story. In that story, screenshots of text conversations allegedly between Kirk and another woman. Messages where he begged her to keep quiet, promised money, and even called her baby our little secret. At first, fans thought it was fake, another clout-chasing troll trying to jump on the scandal. But then things escalated. The account posted a blurred photo of a child one who looked eerily similar to Kirk's other kids. The caption simply read, "You can deny me all you want, but you can't deny her." The internet went insane. Twitter was flooded with threads comparing the child's features to Kirk's, with side-by-side photos, zooms, and captions like, "That's Kirk's nose if I've ever seen it." TikTok detectives jumped on the case, making videos with titles like "Kirk Frost's second secret baby." Within hours, the account had tens of thousands of followers, and here's where it gets even crazier. Lil Scrappy, who had already teased Kirk had more secrets, went live again and all, but confirmed it. "Y'all thought Jasmine was the only one? Nah, bro. Kirk been moving sloppy for years." Fans erupted. Was this the confirmation of a second baby? Scrappy intentionally feeding the fire? Or did he know something the rest of the world didn't? Rashida, meanwhile, was reportedly spiraling. According to alleged insiders, she locked herself away and told producers she couldn't take it anymore. Friends close to her claimed she was questioning her entire marriage was every anniversary, every "I love you," every vow renewal. Just a lie. Had Kirk been juggling multiple families while smiling for the cameras? But the final twist came when producers allegedly confronted Kirk directly. According to a hot mic leak, he didn't deny the possibility of another child. He simply muttered, "I can't do this on camera." That one sentence was enough to send shockwaves through the cast. If he couldn't deny it outright, did that mean it was true? Suddenly, the narrative shifted. Jasmine wasn't just the woman who proved Kirk fathered her child, she was the one who opened Pandora's box. Now fans began speculating that Kirk had been living a full double life, carefully hidden until Jasmine tore the mask off. The cliffhanger. Insiders claim producers are preparing to bring this mysterious second woman onto the show. That happens, the Frost Empire isn't just cracking, it's collapsing in real time. And Rashida, she's standing at a crossroads. Does she walk away and finally reclaim her power? Or does she stay and risk becoming the face of humiliation for an empire built on betrayal? One thing's for sure, the cameras are still rolling. The receipts are still leaking. And the next episode could be the one that changes everything. Because if Jasmine's DNA test was the first dagger, the second woman's receipts might just be the one that buries Kirk Frost for good. And there, you have it, family. The scandal that started with whispers has now erupted into one of the most devastating betrayals reality TV has ever seen. Jasmine pulled out the receipts. The DNA test doesn't lie. Kirk's world is collapsing, Rashida is broken, and now, the streets are buzzing about a second woman with an even darker truth. But here's the thing, this isn't over. Not even close. If the mysterious account is real, if another child really exists, then Kirk isn't just guilty of one betrayal, he's guilty of building an entire empire on lies. Imagine what happens if producers actually bring this second woman onto the show. Imagine the meltdown, the confrontations, the tears, the chaos that will erupt when Rashida is forced to face yet another truth. I want to hear from you. Do you think Jasmine's DNA test was the final straw? Or is there more betrayal waiting to surface? Should Rashida finally pack up and walk away for good? Or do you think she'll try to hold the Frost Empire together one last time? And what about Kirk? Will he ever admit the truth, or will he keep lying until every last secret crashes down on him? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this debate is about to explode online. The hashtags are flying, the blogs are circling, and everyone wants to know what you think. Make sure you hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because the moment another receipt drops, we'll be right here, breaking it all down, exposing every lie, and keeping you one step ahead of the drama. This isn't just a scandal. This is history in the making. And trust me, what's coming next will be even bigger.